Mockups are a really great way to showcase your designs on a product, or in this instance, on a business card. And the business card here is just a mockup file that was created for the purpose of seeing what your design would look like um, on an actual print design. So I have the mockup file open here. This is just my example here with Minneapolis Skate. Just some fake information kind of put in here, so you don't need to put anything, no real phone numbers or anything like that. You can see underneath our layers, and if your layers aren't showing up, you can go to Window, Layers. You can see all of the layers listed here, and then you can see front side and then back side. So the first thing that students struggle with when they're doing their mock-up is they struggle with actually putting the designs into these PSB files, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to basically close out of these things here, and I'm going to open up. I'm just going to say no. I'm going to go to File, Open. I'm going to open up just that plain business card mock-up right here. Business card mockup. Click on that, and it should look something like this. So same thing, front side, back side. You have your background here. You don't really need to mess with your background, but we're going to start with the front side. So there's this little thumbnail here, that little image. We want to double click on that. If you double click on the name over here, it's just going to think you want to rename it. So let's double click on the thumbnail, and it's going to open up something called a PSB file. So it says front side PSB. On the other tab here is the business card. Okay, we'll go back to the PSB. Here is where we are going to place the logo design and the information for our business card. So I'm going to go to File, Place Embedded. I'm going to find that logo, whichever logo you designed. Now you can put this on the front side or back side or both. In my case, I did both. But you can see here, I'm placing it in place. Don't worry about this other stuff. We can get rid of that, but you can put it wherever you want. And then I'm just going to hit enter on the keyboard. Now I can still resize this anytime, but for now we'll just keep it like this. Now, if I look over here, it has all of the names and things listed here. You can keep some of that if you want to, or I just usually like to turn the eye icon on and off for the ones that I want to get rid of. So from here, I could type in some fake information, which I'll just quick do. So I'm going to grab my type tool. I think I had Jacob Johnson was the name. Again, we're just using fake information. This is a mock-up, so it's not intended to be, a real business card, right? So Jacob Johnson, we'll just do Jake Johnson at gmail.com. Do a fake phone number there. Okay. Now you can really play around with the layout here, really think about, white space and layout and composition and all of that. But for now, I'll just leave it like this. Now, if I go back over here, you'll see nothing has changed. And the reason why nothing has changed is because I have not hit save yet. So I actually need to save this, and it's not save as, it's just save. So I'm going to go to File and then Save. Let it load. Here we go. I'll go back to the original file, and now you can see that it has changed. The back side hasn't changed because I haven't clicked on that thumbnail yet. So now I can go and change the back side. So when you double click on the back side, you can do what you want to the back here. When I did my example, I just basically changed the colors and added my logo multiple times. So I'm going to go ahead and drop down this menu for business card. We'll turn off all of that information just to kind of show you how that works. And then design elements, I think, are mainly just those shapes there. So you can turn those off too if you want. Now, if you want to change the color, for example, maybe on layer 1 here, we can change the color. I can go ahead and just pull one of that orange color that I was using. Use my paint bucket, fill bucket here to fill that in. Okay. Again, I have to hit save, otherwise it's not going to show up on my original file. So we're going to go back. We'll say File, Save. And go back to that original file. Okay, so there's the front side, there's the back side. Now the back side is maybe a little boring, so maybe I could do something to that or just to jazz it up a little bit, but that is the basics of creating a mockup file. So from here, when you're actually wanting to save your mockup, you're going to go to either File, Export, and then you can say Quick Export as PNG, or you can just do File, Save As, and you can save it on your computer as like a JPEG. So that way you can submit your mockup with your logo design to kind of showcase both. So hopefully that helps you with getting your mock-up started. Don't forget, you click on the thumbnails, and then to get it to show up, you do File, Save, and then it should show up on that original tab there. And that's the same for all mock-ups. Depending on whatever mock-up PSD file you use, they should work the same way. And another thing to remember, we are in Photoshop right now, not Illustrator. It will not work in Illustrator, so just make sure you open this in Photoshop. All right, thanks for watching.